Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Nick here, and I have another unboxing to do, so I guess we'll just get right into it. Um, I actually just woke up from a nap, so if I sound a little off, that's why. There's not much in this box, only a few things. Um, like I said, I wasn't working, so I had to keep my finances kind of low, or I mean, keep my budget kind of low, but I did get another job. I start in about a couple weeks, so we'll see how that works out. It's seasonal work, but I should be back to my other job by then, so it's all good. Ugh. I was thinking about playing like a Halloween themed game or something this month, but I'd have to figure out which one. I was thinking maybe like the Elvira games or something, but to do that I would need like a walkthrough or something because I am not. There'd be like literally no way I could figure out those games on my own. Um, But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that one. All right. Yeah, I got packaging protection on this stuff because one of them is an LP. So, all right. There is a game in here. I don't remember what game it is, and I know it's nothing exciting for you guys, but so sorry about that. Um, that's the game, of course. Yeah. And it's just amazing, they only shipped this a couple days ago and I got it on my doorstep just now, so um, here, I'll put the box over here. Okay, so this is Ide Yosuke no Mahjong Kyoshitsu GB. Pretty much Yosuke Ide's Mahjong classroom. It's by Athena, so and I just posted the ending for their game Pro Mahjong Kiwami 3. Most of those games in the series, in fact, I think that might be the only one to have a credit scroll, but to get those credits and to get the ending, you have to go through this long, arduous series of tasks, and nobody else was up for the task, so I thought, well, I could be a bit of a masochist with video games, so I guess I'll do it. I tried it last year, I think, a year or two ago, and I got stuck. But actually, with the help of Grok, Twitter's AI or X's AI, whatever you want to call it, I actually like it's good at helping and translating with mahjong terms. So that's good. Box isn't in the best shape, but this was literally the only copy I could find that was boxed, and there's like tape marks, but it's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. Sometimes perfect isn't good, but I'm still the worst mahjong player in the world. I hope people know that. Maybe okay, maybe I'm not the worst, but I'm pretty bad. I'm pretty bad. Okay, so all right, that's gonna be an interesting one to check out. So, anyways, that's why I posted the ending online. Nobody else posted the ending for that game, so I did. And actually, I have the physical copy of that game right here. I knew I owned one of the games in this series, but I couldn't. Or well, I have a few others. I have the Game Boy and the Dreamcast version. I mean, like I knew I owned one of the Super Famicom ones. I just couldn't remember which one it was. So I finally found it. All right. Bai is such a great thing, man. Being able to import stuff from Japan. People might ask, well, why not just go on eBay? Well, a lot of the times eBay doesn't have what I'm looking for, or the times that they do, it's usually like way overpriced. So Bai, you can usually get a good deal. This is a movie I meant to watch this last year and I forgot to order it. I always wanted to see this movie, especially in Japanese, and that is Army of Darkness. I actually just watched. This is from the last thing I bought, or my last stuff I got from Japan. But I just watched the Poltergeist in Japanese, like last weekend. It was a pretty good movie, pretty corny by today's standards. But the weird thing about the Japanese dub is half of the movie isn't dubbed. Only like 50, 60, maybe 70% of the movie's dubbed. The rest of it's just the normal dub or the normal voices in English. So it's kind of weird. I've watched a few I've watched a few movies in Japanese that do that, where like a few parts of the movie are in English. they don't dub it, and it's like maybe like the way they shot the scene or something, they weren't able to isolate the audio or something and replace it with the Japanese track. I don't know what it is, but it's just kind of weird. So I'm definitely looking forward to watching this film. All right, two more items. Well, technically one. There's a game I actually got in the mail yesterday. I'll show you guys that afterwards. I think this is another movie. Oh yeah, again another series of movies that I've always wanted to watch. The Naked Gun trilogy, again in Japanese, and this is like a brand new movie. Like it's still sealed and everything. So I'm looking forward to watching. I watched someone react to the movie, and yeah, so some parts of those are pretty funny, but I've never seen the whole movies themselves, so I'll have to watch those when I get time. And last but not least, see if I can get out of here without damaging anything. Yes. It's funny. I only discovered this album like maybe, well, back in like late August, early September, I think, and it's already become one of my favorite albums of all time. But this is a Japanese version of Partners in Crime by Rupert Holmes. This is such a great album. Like even if you don't like the Pina Colada song, he has what I like about this album is he does what I do, and I do it because of Sting, is he has all these different musical genres on there. So like you got Partners in Crime, which is like a funky kind of tune. Nearsighted is just like a piano ballad, and then like the strings and guitar enter. It's very 80s. This was made in 1979 though. Lunch Hour's one of my favorite songs on the album. It reminds me of Supertramp. Uh, Drop It. It's kind of like a reggae tune. You got him again, kind of a funky kind of tune with the bass line anyway. Answering Machine, I get Steely Dan vibes off of that one. It's pretty clever too. People You Never Get to Love, that's another like ballad. Probably my least favorite on the album, but I still like the song. And the only thing I don't like about it is it's like the same like riff throughout most of the song. The choruses are pretty cool. Um, that's my favorite thing about Rupert Holmes is this weird chord progressions. And in my music, it's the same thing too. Like I like all these using all these weird chords and stuff. Except I think he actually went to college for music. I'm self-taught, so I would see these weird chords in the music books and be like, oh wow, I got to try that. Um, and then Get Out of Yourself is probably my favorite track on there. Again, very Steely Danish, kind of like it's got like a simplified version of the Purdy Shuffle on there. And then In You I Trust, which really reminds me of the Alan Parsons Project. I love that song too. It's the longest one on there, but it's such a great tune. So I'm actually probably gonna wait till I get a new record player before before I listen to this, because my Crossley that I used, I bought that for my first job shortly before I left because I had an employee discount there. Um, Apparently, the needles that they use can actually damage your records, which I didn't know that, but that's what I've read online. I don't know if the Crossley director that in particular is the one that will damage it, but over time, I guess. But I've heard some of the record players are capable um, of damaging your records. And excuse me for wiping my nose. I got like allergies or something up the ass, so I'm I'm not doing too well with that. So, anyways, it's actually what motivated me to want to get another job while I'm waiting to go back to my old job, because um, it's seasonal. It is a busy schedule though. It's full-time hours, so I'm gonna be kind of like off and on like I have been, unfortunately. But anyways, they Audio Technica makes this record player again, and I'm sorry for all the stuttering. I just woke up from a nap, so I'm still kind of groggy. But anyways, audiophile is in PHILE. Now don't get concerned because I know what that sounds like. What, you get off hearing music or something? No, it's basically just people that like listening to music in very high quality. And I think as a transcriber for bass and vocals and stuff, I think that's why I'm so into that. So I like hearing music in the best quality possible. You guys probably saw about the Japanese CD for this album a while back, and I actually read on I think Discog, someone said make sure you buy the Japanese copy because the U.S. version is mixed very horribly. So again, this guy's actually got some talent. I'm actually surprised. Um, and if you ever heard him talk about the Pina Colada song itself, he's got an interesting story to tell. Because I guess originally it was supposed to be like completely different lyrics with like all these different parts and stuff, and then like one of the drummers that played on that song, I guess, passed out for some reason, and so he had to like chop up the song, which wasn't a thing back then. But he was saying, back in the day, oh, these are different translations. It looks like okay than what I got on the CD. So, anyways, so he was saying though that he had to take the tape, have the recording engineer chop up the tape with 16 bars from the first take, and just loop it over and over and over again. Now, of course, nowadays you can do that through sampling, digital sampling, but back then it was all analog, so they didn't have the technology for it. So it's a pretty interesting story. You should look it up. Anyways, last thing I was going to show you is this is for the Game Boy Advance. This is Saibara Rieko no, how do you say that? Dondo, I think, Mahjong, which pretty much means Rieko Saibara's Hall of Fame Mahjong. So this is going to be another interesting one. This one apparently was developed by Warashi, although I don't see their name on it. Warashi is actually kind of the same company as Athena. It was former Athena employees. So it was actually, if I'm not mistaken, it was founded by the sound designers of the two main sound designers of Athena. So that's a pretty interesting story right there. Anyways, I'm gonna go enjoy this stuff, but you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll try to, make uploads every now and then. Maybe I'll do something around Halloween. Although I do need to make it clear I don't celebrate Halloween, both for not just for spiritual purposes, but I just don't really care for it. Like it's like every other day to me, and in fact, to be honest, a lot of holidays are like that, to me. Like even Thanksgiving and Christmas. And those are less for spiritual reasons. It's mostly just because I just don't care. Like, yeah, Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for stuff. I just spend time with family and stuff. But I mean, like, other than that, it just feels like every other day to me. That maybe I'm just weird or something. I don't know. But I also want to thank people for sticking with me on my channel because I haven't like I've been on YouTube for almost 20 years. I was like 12 when I started. I don't think any of the stuff from when I was 12 is still up here because my account got phished. Because at the time I was a kid, I didn't really know anything about that. So I think my first video that I uploaded since I got my account back is still on here. Is called Zombie Eyes, appropriately for October, which is where I literally just went like this with the worst quality webcam you can get. I left it up there though because, just for shits and giggles, really. Like I don't really care. Like, yeah, that was me being a kid. Now I'm 30, so just doing something like that is very embarrassing, which is why I just did it, right? But all right, thank you guys. I'll see you later. God bless. Peace out. Have a good one. By the way, I should probably do some stuff about the Miko or some other video game news. Maybe I should do a podcast or something. Who knows?